Happy Monday, folks, and welcome to MBE Box Office, where we discuss and break down the top 10 best performing movies in the United Kingdom's box office. And Stephen, this is for the weekend of July 19th to 21st, 2019. What have we got number one this week, Stephen?
Number one this week, John, in its first week is The Lion King, grossing 16.7 million over the weekend and, of course, overall.
Yes, Stephen, this is obviously the third, I want to say, or is it the fourth? I'm losing the plot here. I think it's a third classic Disney remake. We had Dumbo, then we had Aladdin, now we have The Lion King. Lady and the Tramp will hit Disney Plus later in the year for the United States, not for us. Stephen, I spoke about this briefly. I don't know where the hell I spoke about it, but I seem to recall, maybe it wasn't even on a show, but I says this was my second best Disney remake of the year. I think it was on Twitter,
John. I think
it was on Twitter account. No, there you go. I think I spoke to you about it as well.
Keltoy89.
Keltoy89, that's the one. Follow me. I don't really tweet that often, but when I do, it's usually, some would say it's
relevant.
Okay. Yeah, semi-relevant. Stephen, $962.6 million worldwide. That is absolutely insane. 2 weeks in, roundabout, and it's grossed nearly $1 billion already. That is monstrous, and I really enjoyed the movie, Stephen. As I did say, second favourite Disney remake of the year, just behind Aladdin. Really enjoyed the Beyonce Childish Gambino, obviously the great James Earl Jones coming back to voice Mufasa. I can't recall who played Scar. Was it Jeremy?
It wasn't Jeremy Irons this time,
no.
John.
I know who it was, but I can't remind the guy's name. I think it was Chiwetel or something, perhaps. Chiwetel Eri. I can't see his name.
Yeah, I can't see. I'm glad you said it, John, because I can't.
Yeah, because I recall him doing the press junket. Yeah, Stephen, it was very, very good. But my standout performances, and probably just for personality and embodying the characters, was probably Timon and Pumbaa. Obviously, Seth Rogen and the other guy whose name eludes me at the moment, Billy Eichner.
Yeah.
Really, really good. And they brought the tone up beautifully after that very sombre start. But it's essentially a shot-for-shot remake. Before getting into it too in depth, I've already spoke.
No, I liked it, John. I thought it was okay. I hear there was the additional minutes to this film.
Yeah, half an hour.
John Favreau. It didn't feel like that to me. And I don't know where those shots came in. I don't know if it was just...
I think it was an additional song, perhaps, somewhere.
Yeah, but half an hour, that's a long time. One of the things, it was an absolutely stunning film, John.
Yeah.
And the team that put this together have to be, credited for the great work they've done in this film. But it is what it is. It is a almost shot-for-shot remake. But I thought it was stunning to look at. I thought the only little niggly problem I had was with the mouth movement. When you've got these almost David Attenborough-like shots of these CG, characters that are almost so real, it does kind of take you out of the sort of the moment when their mouths move like human beings. Yeah,
and you struggle to convey the emotion as well, quite as well as you would in, say, the cartoon animation.
It's just a little nitpick. It's nothing major, Overall, I thought it was a good film.
And we now know the official term, I think. I've seen Jon Favreau talking to the guy that does the movie reviews and stuff like that, critiquing for Radio 1.
Right.
And he says it was photorealistic CGI, or hyper-realistic CGI,
right.
So there you go. It's not live action, it's hyper-realistic CGI. And John says he would be using that in the future. So, all in all, Stephen, I really enjoyed it. Another great remake for me for Disney. Some people disagree. They think it's a cash grab. Well, it grossed nearly $1 billion in 2 weeks. So who's laughing? I say Disney.
The Mouse House. But we'll move on to number 2 this week. It's Toy Story 4. In its 5th week now. It's grossed another 2.7 million over the weekend and a massive 47.8 million pounds overall.
Yes, and again, this is just shy of $1 billion, Stephen. 917, crazy, just shy of $918 million worldwide. Disney are just raking in the money. It's terrifying. They have 3 movies, I believe, at least, in this week's top 10. 2 of them are classic Disney. That's a Scottish slang word. Disney remakes, and one is a Disney Pixar.
Disney is a slang word as well.
It's a Disney, Disney's more of an East Coast thing. Disney. But Stephen, I liked this one as well. The story didn't quite connect with me like it did to the other 3.
No.
But all in all, you can't really complain. It's the classic adventures of Woody, of Buzz Lightyear, Slinky Dog, Bo Peep, Forky.
And I was going to say the
and
introduction of the new characters. We actually talked about this in great depth last Thursday on the blog rundown, John. But I thought it was okay. It didn't have to be made as far as I was concerned, but it wasn't wasted time watching it either.
No, it wasn't, Stephen. You could have ended with Toy Story 3 and all would have been happy. But look, it wasn't terrible.
No.
It's not challenge or tarnish my childhood by any means. But look, Stephen, I've not got much more to add. It's doing incredibly well, and hats off to them.
Swiftly
onwards
to number 3 this week is Spider-Man Far From Home, John, in its third week. It's grossed another 2.3 million over the weekend and overall £27.3 million.
Yes, Stephen, I says there was 3 Disney movies in this week's top 10 because this technically isn't a Disney movie. It's a Sony Columbia distributed movie. Disney obviously have the paw prints on it, some would say.
Yeah.
Mouse prints. What would you call it?
I would say.
Yeah. But do mice have paws? I don't know. It's all very strange. I think they do. Very small paws. Yeah. But look, over $1 billion again. So what a success. I think this is the most successful Spider-Man movie to date.
Yes.
It's the first to gross over $1 billion,
Crazy.
which is mind-boggling when you look back at some of those great Spider-Man movies from the early 2000s, Stephen. Again, without repeating myself ad nauseum, really enjoyed this movie. Really enjoyed Tom Holland's interpretation of Peter Parker. And just the array of different characters around, like Happy Hogan. Obviously, you've got Jake Gyllenhaal coming in as Mysterio. And his little friend, whose name eludes me at the moment, but he's very funny in the movie. And that little slick, annoying guy who calls Spider-Man Peter Parker dickwad all the time. He's good as well. But I really enjoyed it. It was a cool story.
Yeah, it was. Listen, I thought it was better than Homecoming, but it's amazing to think it financially is the most successful one. When you take into account, obviously, Spider-Man 2, the Tobey Maguire one.
Still the best for me.
And even the first one, the first one that came out in 2002, I think it was, the Tobey Maguire original
Spider-Man,
movie, which I still think those 2 films are the best Spider-Man films. Just my, obviously, opinion. But listen, we'll move on.
Who would disagree?
Well, I don't know, John. You know what it's like these days. You say something and people go the opposite way, so cantankerous a lot. But we'll move on to number 4 this week. It's Midsommar, and it's in its third week. It's grossed another £800,000 over the weekend and 2.1 million overall. Slightly
underwhelming performance, Stephen, for another horror movie in the United Kingdom. But I have to say, this weekend's performance, maybe singled out, if I can speak. I need to get my teeth in today. I'm having a mare. It's plus 145% on last weekend's performance. It's actually down 163 theatres, and it's up such a great deal in terms of percentage on the previous weekend. That is very, very impressive indeed. £29 million or $1 million worldwide. I've not went to see the movie yet, Stephen. I can't lie. No. I'm going to go. Well, probably the next couple of days.
Well, to be honest, John, I had last week. I did go to see The Lion King, Stuber, which was an incredibly waste of time. And Men in Black International, which is Dito, an incredible waste of time as well. Terrible. But listen, we're not here to talk about that. Here to talk about Midsommar. Yeah, we're going to go this week, John. We're going to go and check this film out before it does come out the theatre, because I have been caught napping a few times when I've said that. But we're definitely going to see it this week.
I've left ones later than this, Stephen. I went to see The Greatest Showman after 6 weeks.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah,
and it'll go on for another 20 weeks in the top 10, so who knows, it may stick around.
But listen, I'm looking forward to it. But we'll move on to number 5 this week. It's Annabelle Comes Home. In its second week, it's grossed £800,000 over the weekend and 4 million overall.
An absolute travesty, Stephen, that this movie is performing better than Midsommar. Midsommar's a more cerebral, thinking man's horror film from Ari Aster. This one, not so much. It's a classic cheap parlour tricks that we've seen haunt many of a Conjuring franchise spin-off, the likes of The Nun and whatnot. Not looking forward to it. I'm not going to go and see it. I don't even know why I says I'm not looking forward to it, because I've got no intentions of watching this movie ever, not even if it appears on the TV. I seen Chris Stuckman's review of it. He absolutely destroyed it. He said his wife could spot the scares a mile away. She just had to put her hands and her fingers in her ears because she could hear the music building to a crescendo. Same as The Nun. But look, over $200 million worldwide. So again, a massive success. I don't actually know, well, they're saying it's Warner Brothers who are involved, but I'm sure they just distribute the movie. There may be a slightly smaller production company involved. This is like a Blumhouse classic. Put it out for fairly small budget. It's all set in one house. Fling in the the Warrens. Bold anticipation, and then they make an absolute mint off of it. I'm not going to go and see it though.
No, certainly not, John.
Sadly
Number
not.
6 this week, it is yesterday, and it's 4th week now. It's grossed £800,000 over the weekend, £10 million overall.
Very decent, Stephen, for a fairly niche little movie. Obviously, it's Danny Boyle. His first movie after being ditching Bond 25.
Yeah.
$26 million budget, $109.6 million worldwide. Stephen, I went to see it last week. I briefly touched upon it. I really enjoyed it. It wasn't the greatest story in the world. I felt like the romantic side plot with Lily Evans, I think what is it? Might not have been.
Lily James.
Lily James, yeah. Wasn't the best. It felt a little bit weak. It tacked on just to kind of ground the Jack Malik character.
Yeah.
But it was great utilisation of the Beatles' music. I really enjoyed the overriding themes of All You Need Is Love, essentially, which they hammer at home at the end in the final shot.
Yeah.
Dev Patel as well, fantastic singer, really took me by surprise.
Ed Sheeran as well, I thought
he
was
was
decent.
good. Yeah, he was decent. Not as annoying as you usually.
Very humble one, actually. But listen, we'll move on to number 7 this week, John, in its 7th week.
Yes.
It's Casino Royale. This secret cinema is really taking off for this film. £400,000 over the weekend, 3.5 million overall.
Not get much more to add to this one, Stephen. It's been around for a ridiculous length of time. It's been up to 11 theatres, down to 1 theatre, up to 11 theatres, down to 1 theatre. It's actually gained 5.4% on the previous weekend's total. £360,000 in 1 theatre is ridiculous. I say it nearly every week. I just want to know what they're charging for those tickets. I know it's a 3-day weekend probably, and I don't know if they include maybe a Friday in there and keep it ticking along to boost the numbers, but it must be ridiculous. It must be ridiculous prices.
Must be a lot
I'm actually intrigued.
There must be a lot of word of mouth as well for this as well, John, in that area. I think it's London, isn't it?
Yeah, I think it probably is London, yeah. But Stephen, they must have a staff. I think they get actors in to immerse the people into the world. Yeah. So they've got people to pay, so fair play to them. Look, it's a great film.
Yeah, number 8 this week, John, it's Aladdin, and its 9th week now. It's grossed another £200,000 over the weekend, £36.1 million overall.
And another $1 billion movie, Stephen, for Disney. Yeah, I've seen talks of perhaps a spin-off coming from this, or a sequel, I should say. I wasn't aware there was a cartoon, Aladdin, kicking around, perhaps early 2000s or the 90s. Apparently very good. It charted Jafar's journey and whatnot, and apparently there's a lot of scope for expanding the story out. Obviously, the end of this movie, Stephen, Will Smith's genie, kind of a hints that he could be going off on another journey, but he has, of course, been relinquished from his genie role by Aladdin. So I don't know how they're going to do it. Maybe there's going to be a new genie coming in, and Will Smith will not be returning. But I enjoyed it, Stephen, and it's doing pretty damn good again for Disney. Once again, they just have their finger on the pulse with these remakes, and all those little whinging anti-Disney bitches saying, why are they doing it? Why are they doing it? They're destroying my childhood.
Tell you why they're doing it. They're doing it because they're making a lot of money off it, and see that money, it's contributing to these Disney Plus television series for Marvel and Star Wars, so well, bring it on.
Exactly, I completely agree, Stephen, and it's contributing to a whole lot of other things.
Yeah, exactly.
They have their finger in so many pies.
Exactly, but we'll move on, John, to number 9 this week. It is the Queen's Corgi. It's in its 3rd week now. It's grossed on £100,000 over the weekend and 1.3 million overall. Yes,
this is sticking around, Stephen. I don't believe this has a wide release outside the shores of the United Kingdom, because it is a very British-centric movie about the Queen and her corgis.
Yes.
She's had many a corgi over a very, very long lifespan. I don't know how much she's had. No, sadly not. I think she's had a good 20, 30. Okay. She's very fond of her corgis. So this is, I presume, what the plot's about. I've not looked at it. I have no intentions of going to see it. I've said before, Stephen, not the monarchy's biggest fan, am I? I think they're a little bit leechy.
No, but taking away from that, John, I don't think...
it's not a great... I mean, the animation looks cool.
Yeah, the cast is very unknown, and so is the director, and it's not really been promoted well here in Scotland, surprisingly. I've not heard, I've not seen adverts for it, I've not seen trailers for it.
Stephen. There's a certain demographic in Scotland which would be queuing, tripping over themselves to go and see that.
Yeah, dog lovers.
Dog lovers,
Yeah, so we'll move on swiftly to number 10 this week, John. It's Apollo 11, and it's 4th week now. It's grossed on £100,000 over the weekend, 1.1 million overall.
Yes, Stephen, this is the documentary to, I think, commemorate the 50th anniversary of the moon landings. I've seen a great documentary. It wasn't this one.
No, it was the BBC one, wasn't
it? The BBC one, which was very illuminating, I have to say. This one, perhaps, probably better. So it's something that will probably intrigue me if it comes on a streaming service, or perhaps even to BBC at some point in the future.
Yeah.
But I don't know if I'm going to go and watch it. With so many great movies still to come out, and we still to see films like Midsommar. We've got Hobbs and Shaw coming out. Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, we have to wait another 2.5 weeks for, even though the States already have it.
Talking about it and
what
everything,
you're doing, Tarantino.
Yeah.
So, probably not going to go and see it, but look, Studio, Dogwoof, they're called. So that ties back into that dog demographic. Maybe they'll snatch some of them away and intrigue them with the Apollo 11 moon landing, Stephen. 36.8% increase on last weekend, incidentally. And £1 million is not to be laughed at. Overall, $9 million in the States, so it's probably grossed just over about $10-11 million overall. Yeah. So it's okay.
That's fantastic.
But Stephen, that is going to round up this week's MBE box office. What did you guys make of the various different movies and the top 10 of the United Kingdom's box office? Are you excited for The Lion King? Have you been to see it 1, 2, 3, 4 times? Are you happy with the Disney remakes in general? What's your thoughts on Annabelle Comes Home? Should it be above, or be below I should say, but gross more money than Midsommar? You can comment below if it intrigues you and you feel compelled to do so. If not, it's all good. Like the video, subscribe to the channel if you're enjoying the content, and me and Stephen will be back tomorrow with MBE Heroes.